Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Gersher from Technical Option Traders Inc. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get started. Now, before we do, just a humble request. If you guys like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. Would greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, let's get started, okay? Let's start with the S&P 500 today. The market's still open. It's 2:30 p.m. We're about to hit the power hour at 3 o'clock. But focusing on what's the price action's been telling us. If you guys watched my previous video, this is my key level, which is at 394 for SPY. It's tested this range multiple times if we just go into a smaller time frame. And if we can get below this level, that means SPY is going to retest 390, which is going to break this trend line, which is going to confirm price action to dip below towards the 375 area from what I see. And we're going to be basically confirming the fact that this bear flag is true. And if this bear flag is true, then what that means is we're going to get a further breakdown and maybe even break below the 350 level. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the market today. But according to the intermarket analysis, what's been going on, we are getting a pullback after testing and consolidating around the 410 and the 404 range, and now we have a breakdown of that and retesting this level here. This area of consolidation between 394 and 398 is going to be tested. So we'll wait to see how price action performs. But if it does go below the 394 level and it picks up in volume and selling, I could look to take a short position here to swing to the downside. However, looking at the bigger time frames on the S&P 500, even if it pulls down to here, you have to wait and see what the price action does, because this could be just a pullback and a retest before pushing up further. If it does break out, we want to see a breakout of this downtrend line at this level right here, which is 410, and we can get an easy push to 419 and 420. Okay, so this is what we want to see. We always want to have our bullish and bearish scenarios in mind. But the other thing today is the yields. They have risen quite a bit with VIX going up, which makes sense. But this is something that we do want to continue to monitor. Looking at the triple Qs here, triple Q not even getting close to this trend line. However, if you see the distance between this and the distance between these, you could say values, it's getting smaller. So I do expect some sort of breakthrough in the coming days. But if not, if you, as you guys can see, even in the triple Q has a little bit more room, so to say. It's a little bit more spread out on the downside, but we'll see what it does. But the level that I'm watching for the triple Q is a break below this level, the 280 level. If 280 breaks through and it breaks to the downside, we're going to get a breakdown all the way towards, you can say, 270 very, very quick. These levels right here are very important at 285. And as you guys can see previously, these levels right here, this is where a lot of the sellers were able to push the triple Q down. So this area right here, and I'll just mark this area. So this area has, you can say, a very important impact on the overall condition of the triple Qs, right? Because right here, a lot of the sellers are still controlling, and we're seeing triple Q turning beforehand. So that is giving us a technical understanding that price is starting to really accept these levels and starting to push lower. If we break through 279, we're going to push easily down towards 270 here. Once we get this break will be a lot bigger for us right here. If this breaks down, we're going to get to 254, 253. And now, when I talk about these breaks, this is where I'm looking for the bigger moves or a higher capital use and movement, because it is meeting my target plans and it is meeting my requirements that I need personally for that positional play that I want to take. If we look at next IWM. IWM is also holding on very, very tightly here. It's still in a bit of a consolidation, you could say, but you could see here it's rejected this level very nicely in previous times, and now it's coming back to that same zone and basically pushing back down, right? So if that's something important to kind of watch and see here. So now in the similar area of IWM, we're starting to see that rejection here. So price action is accepting this level, and this is actually shaping out to be a head and shoulder pattern, if you guys can see it, right, on IWM. So right about here. Okay, so the neckline would come all the way down here. Okay, So if this neckline was to break, this would give us a big important zone that IWM has completely broken down, and we can expect it to come down even further. Okay, but however, we don't want to speculate. We want the price to tell us where it's going to go. Okay, so this could either be a double top, but we'll see how it breaks. This could be a head and shoulder pattern on a smaller time frame on IWM, and if the neckline does break, we're going to see a further move, and it's going to go below 166 and go all the way down towards probably the 140s. In a smaller time frame, we can see that this level is just a big consolidation level. So the big breakdown we want to see is below this 179, 180, which would give us a nice push down to 170-ish. Okay, for a quick move. Looking at the Dow, Dow was the strongest one so far. If we look at the overall market compared to all the other indexes of the year to date, so Dow is having a hard time getting back up, but that's okay as long as Dow Jones holds this level right about here. We have no issues. Okay, so as long as Dow holds this level at 335, 336, we have no issues. If this does break down, to 331, even then I think it's all right. That pullback to here, then a nice bounce to the upside could be coming. But then again, like this vertical move is very important, and we want to see where we get a pull down to, how far of a move or how big of a retracement is it until we finally see that Dow Jones starts to push back up. But right now, it is starting to break down. We want to see some sort of consolidation for a couple of days and then the push up. So, next couple of weeks are going to be big weeks. We got the FMOC, the Fed interest rate decision. So that's something we want to wait and watch and see what happens right before Christmas. And tax selling or is it going to be tax selling this year, or is it going to be a Santa Claus rally this year? That remains important, and we'll keep our eyes on that. Looking at the VIX here, VIX did break down below this level, so it's holding below it. But I do want to see it get below 14 to be a little bit more comfortable here. It is holding to this level. So every time it's gotten to the level the previous two times, it's bounced sharply up. And right now it's looking to do the same thing. But if we do get below 1928 level, we'll see VIX drop down to 14, which will be nice, and nice to start finally looking for really long-term plays that can give us a good reward in the coming few months here. But right now, VIX is not giving us that signal just yet. Okay, looking at Bitcoin, if you guys do trade Bitcoin, Bitcoin is showing signs of consolidation here. Now, we don't know if it's going to break out to the upside, so accumulation or distribution, we don't know. If it gets back, I want to see it get back above 18,835, or I want to see a breakdown below 14,965. Any of these levels will be important to watch. If it does break below this with volume, we're going to see Bitcoin back to about below 10,000s very soon if that does happen. But that's the way it's looking like it's going to go for Bitcoin right now. This is a massive pullback for Bitcoin. Overall, so that's something that we want to continue to wait and watch. If you guys trade gold, gold is had a nice run up here on the weekly. You guys can see it consolidating this week in this little zone here. Even if gold comes back down to 160-ish, it's fine. It can still catch its legs here and start the next leg up. But for right now, gold, I'm not trading it much. I'm just keeping my eye on it. As you guys can see, it's very volatile moves in gold to the downside and the upside. So we'll keep an eye on gold. Overall, the monthly picture still remains bullish for gold to push up to the upside. But for now, gold is something that I do not want to be trading, but it is a nice setup for gold. All right, guys, so this is my analysis on the stock market today. If you guys do like what I do, if you guys have any recommendation, please leave it in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.